Welcome to Mrs. Peach Thrifty Living. This is going to be a tutorial and week 46 of our artisan journal. I'll give you the prompts at the end. I made this bag. Look at that. It was the simplest, easiest bag I ever made. I'm going to show you how I did it. But first, I have a very short artisan journal page for you. This is number 46. This is hosted by our friend Patty at Life with Patty. And you can go over and check and see what she has posted and what everyone else has posted. And then I'll be right back to show you how I made the bags. Artisan journal just about had me stumped. Here I am at the very last moment, putting something together. And let me show you what I did. I kept thinking all week about Splatter. Here is my version of Splatter. I drew that cup. Those splatters on that page is coffee. So here we go. Coffee splattered on that piece of paper. And then I decided, I looked in some books, and there I am standing in the cup. You know how much I like my coffee. And here is Josh when we went to Caribou all the time. He's in the water. And look at all that water. You can call it splashing or splattering. Splatters on people if they're around. Here he was at the PG&E catwalk. And the water was a splashing and a splattering everywhere you'd go. Week 46. They're double lined. They're lined inside. I only had enough to make 3 of this size. I have one, I could make a smaller one. And then, so I took some more material that I had. And actually, these are vintage sheets. And I made 2. You see these? This one, they're both the same. This one inside is, well, this little part wouldn't show right. You know, they say you should get rid of all kinds of things when you don't need it anymore. But I have a hard time getting rid of it. This was a valance in my kitchen. My beautiful sister-in-law made it. She did a gorgeous job on it. And I had it up there for a few years probably. Then I decided it was time for a change, and I washed it, folded it up, put it away. Now here it is. Look, it's lined and everything. So what I did, and I think I have enough to make several bags. All of this is just going to be eyeballed. I just folded this over right like this. By the way, I keep bumping myself. That don't hurt. It never did bleed, but it sure looks ugly. I am going to use my pinking shears right here. And you notice I already have it lined and everything. And see right here, this was for a valance. And it has here, I'm going to put my string right through this one. All I have to do is sew it up, make a hole in there, and make string. I did make it where it was square. And I'll show you on this next one how I did that at the bottom. Now I'm going to sew this all the way, the side and the bottom. I'm going to be sure and catch this part right in here where it's totally lined. Got my finger right in here. So thick because I've got all these layers. That's 4 layers there. And what I'm going to do, see, I just took that in this corner and I folded it like this, and I'm going to sew right here. Now I'm going to do the other side just the same. Let me get a pin here. Where you can see I just pinned this at the very corner at the bottom. I'm going to take this other corner and do the same. Then I'm going to go take it to the sewing machine. I'm going to lay this flat. Got my finger stuck there. This one flat. I think that last one I just kind of clipped this up a little bit. I think where this will lay a little flatter. Yeah, right there. This sewed right here. And what I'm going to do now, I cut a little hole right here, and I'm going to cut a hole right here, just for the top layer. So I got to pull it out a little bit. Okay, see, I'm just cutting a little hole in it. Now, you know, you could sew around it or something. Now, see, I should have had it closer. Now, this is imperfection at its best. Now I'm going to string this string through here. I'm going to put it like this, where in the picture where you can see what I'm doing. Now, here we go. Let's string it all the way in there. See that little hole? We'll tuck, tuck, tuck. Start pulling it. There. It's all the way through there. I'll be back. Okay, I just got it all the way strung all the way through now. You see, you see it's hanging out here, so I've got to pull it through. It's longer than the other. I don't know that I need it that long, but somebody might appreciate it. I have lots of this. Now what I'm going to do on these ends is I'm just going to tie a little knot where it won't ravel. You could do a lot of things here if you chose to. This is kind of like a little fast job that I'm doing. I hoped to have made 5 of them, but I don't think I'm going to have enough fabric, enough of this to make but 4. If I made them smaller, I could have, but I want them good enough size that whoever gets these, they can use them to put something in. They could just put a gift in it and give it away. So it won't be a waste, whatever it is. And here it is. Let's pull the string. This is my number 2 bag I made in just a little short time. On this one, but it's a longer bowl. That was made with a valance. So remember that. If you got some good fabric and you want to use it, there it is.